Hello! So let's take a look at the different scenarios for Bitcoin in an Elliott Wave perspective. So this is the macro count where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now looking for a finishing wave 5. The bullish scenario on the 6-hour chart, one of them is a triangle. Here we are looking at A, B, C, D, E, and then we go up. So that's a triangle in the makings. It's a little bit early to talk about a triangle since wave D isn't in yet, but it's still an option we gotta keep in mind. Then we move on to a bigger flat. Here we are looking at this structure, the 6-hour chart, as a W, X, and now a finishing A, B, and then a wave C to finish wave Y. After that, we move up. So this will take a little bit longer since we need to move with an A, B, and then a C to finish wave Y. Then we have a leading diagonal in the makings here. So here we are counting this move as a finished wave C, and now we have begun the move up to take out the all-time high with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a deep retracement is expected for a leading diagonal. And the last bullish scenario is looking at a flat that has it's done, and now we are looking for a 1, 2. So this counts as a 1, 2, and then we have another 1, 2, and then we go 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on. So that was the bullish scenarios. Now let's take a look at the bearish scenarios. Here we are counting this move that led up to this. I can switch to a daily time frame as an ending diagonal in wave 5, primary wave 5. And now the move down is counted like this. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a 1. And this is a correction, A, B, C. This could also be counted like this. It's the same count, it's just that we count this W, X, and a Y, because it's more probable that it is like this, because otherwise we will get a super long C wave. So which one of these have the highest probability? You gotta take into account the macro count here, which is looking for a finishing wave 5 from this primary wave 4 and up. But it is still important to remember that a WXY to finish in this area, between the 3 and a 4 of a lower degree, is perfectly fine as well for a wave 4, which means that we shouldn't rule out a wave 4 even if we get a bigger move down like here. It's only when we reach below this line we should start to consider that we are basically done with the bullish move. So right now, the triangle is a little bit early to talk about, or I mean to consider, since you only consider a triangle basically when wave D is in. But it's important to be aware of if the price actions start to behave like very irrational, then it's important to know about it. The bigger flat, this has a higher chance when taking out this, the minimum target for a flat. So we need to reach that for this to be the highest probability. And also this, if we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another push up in a corrective structure. So that means that we are looking for an A, B, C, that kind of move. If we get that and we then move down in a 3-wave correction, then we are looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, and then it is time to take a long position. But basically, if we get a move up in a correction and then a move down in a correction, this has a high probability. And also this, the 1, 2, 1, 2, it's a similar kind of probability. It's only that we are dealing with an expanded diagonal here, which is very, very uncommon. So it doesn't really have the highest probability, but it's I mean, a leading diagonal isn't the most common structure as well. So yeah, one of those, and they both lead upwards basically. So that's what you got to keep in mind. The bear market, it's a very much a possibility, but as I mentioned in the macro count, this has the lower probability because of the macro count. But right now, this could turn out into a more like a deeper WXY to take out this, or take out to move into this zone basically. So you got to keep that in mind. If you want to call that a bear market, yeah, I wouldn't call it that, but it's looking for a deeper correction basically, and after that we got to take it to analyze it even more if it's in an impulse or in a zigzag. But basically, you in this scenario, you don't want to take out this, the 886, because that's a very uncommon target for a wave 2. So if we move above here with a wave 2, the bears, it's not looking good for the bears, if we put it like that. And also the same with this. If we move up here and take out the 886, it's not looking good for the bears at all. So basically, same as in the last Bitcoin video, if you take out the 886 and if you move up into this, the minimum target for wave B, then the bullish scenarios all have very, very, very high probability. Right now, it's you got to keep in mind of the retracements. Are they corrective or are they impulsive? And also, this is on the 30-minute chart. So I just I usually don't include 30-minute charts because they tend to change a lot. But here we got a pretty it looks very corrective, if I put it like that. So we hit the 886 here, which is a very uncommon target for a wave 2. It's a more common target for a wave B or a wave X. And we also took out the minimum target for a flat, which is the 90 fib here. So this counts better as an ABC, like that. So ABC, and then we have an ABC to a B, and now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a wave C. We could get like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave C, and that is perfectly fine as well. But, and also, this could also turn into an A, B, C, like a W, and then we have a wave X, and then we get a like a flat in that kind of thing. But the main thing to take with you from this is that it's a very much higher probability to take out this high. So this high, because we touched the 886 and because of the move down being corrective. So whatever you use, if you use MACD, RSI, whatever you use to get confirmation in your own strategy, be aware that it's a higher probability that sooner or later we will take out this high. It's a much higher probability than to move down deep, since this also counts better as a flat right now. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. I hope you have a great day.